Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. So, MSTW is coming out finally. I remember being so excited when I first heard about them filing this, and then there is a wait period that they have to wait. I think it's 90 days. But it has been almost a year. Like, it feels like it has been forever, and they just have not launched MSTW. And so I've been kind of impatient, and then I kind of forgot about it, and I'm not going to talk about it if you're basically never going to make it available for me to purchase. But on Friday, they made my dreams come true. So MSTW is launching sometime next week, and let me tell you why I'm excited and why maybe not so much. So, if you don't know, the Roundhill weekly pays, they're actually really different than all of the other high income ETFs that we cover. They are using derivatives to target 120% returns, and then they give you the surplus as income every single week. It resets every week. So, this is different because everybody else uses cover calls, or they use puts, and they use a combination of calls and puts, specifically through like the poor man's cover call. So everybody else is using options, but this is a different type of derivative. Right now they're using swaps, but in a bull run, you could have really nice returns because these are growth and momentum stocks. So when they have a big move upward, you get that money right away, and then you can choose to reinvest it or invest it into something else. But I really do like to get paid weekly. I know it's a gimmick, but it makes me feel better, and it helps me DCA into my other positions. So I am not probably going to be in this in my taxable brokerage account. So if we go to my Misty holdings, I am still at a 70% margin ratio. I actually contacted the support yesterday just to ask about it. And I said, a few of my friends, they have a lower maintenance right now. I was wondering, like, is my account flagged? Like, what's going on? And they told me not to compare my portfolio to my friends. So they also said that it's basically the amount of margin that I have out and how I'm investing. So if you look into my margin here, I have a 38% buffer, which that increased because I received my latest payout and I haven't reinvested any of it yet. But if you go into my investing, I have $122,000 in equity, and I have $104,000 in margin used. So that's why they are making me have a higher maintenance, because I just have so much margin out. Also, if we sort by the equity that I have, a quarter of my portfolio right now is in GLDY, which I feel like is not that risky. It is gold. Gold is not going away. It's a commodity. Then we have PLTY, which we could all argue whether it is risky or not. It is a semiconductor, so there is a chance that this could go down by like 50% or whatever, but right now it's paying over 100 or around 100%. So I just want to reach my goal of 750 shares and then work on other things. Then my next highest position was Feet, and it's at 1,000 shares, which I think is a good spot to leave that for now. Then we have YMAX, which I'm building up the position, so it should wind up also being around a third of my portfolio when I'm done. I wanted to get it to have the same number of shares as my GLDY position. And then we have YBTC, which I'm building it up. I want to get it to 500 500 shares, and I want to get AMD to 500 shares, and then we'll start building up, my MSTY and 5e. I'll start a 5e position and just keep like round robining, building things up. Because I think keeping Goldie at around a third to a quarter of my portfolio at the moment is good because I have so much margin out. I really want something that is a portfolio stabilizer. And so YMAX might wind up also just mirroring the amount of shares that I have in Goldie. And I mean, YMAX is still going to go down if there's a really volatile market, but they do have a bigger breadth of stocks that they have in different sectors. So hopefully the entire portfolio doesn't go down as much as as much as FEET or just PLTY or just MSTY or just AMD. So anyways, that was just to say, like, I have a lot of margin. I need to be careful about what I'm doing. Being leveraged in something where I'm already over leveraged in margin, not great for me personally. But where I could do this is in my Roth IRA. And I wish that they had been out when I had that $160,000 shopping spree where I was reinvesting I did a rollover of I did a Roth IRA conversion. So all of the stuff that was in my traditional IRA needed to get put into things. So I would have had this properly done then, but I think maybe the next time that we have the MSTY distribution, I will start a position in MSTW. That way we can get paid. So if we look here, this is YieldMite.com. I created this website, and if you go down to the underlyings and you choose MSTR as the underlying, you can see we can get paid on it. Well, this is declaration date. So the declaration date is on Monday. We have one that's on Tuesday. We have it on Wednesday with MSTY, but it's every 4 weeks. And then we have iMist, which is just monthly. So it's in the last week of the month. So, the WeeklyPay pays on, or the declaration date is on Friday. So we'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, I mean, at once every 4 week Wednesday, but still. Almost every day of the week, we can get paid for something from Strategy. So I think with my Roth IRA, that's really helpful because I really do like to DCA, and getting paid every day basically is really helpful for DCAing on a schedule. So I do think MSTW and MST will do fantastic in a bull run. It's only that I think that maybe not waiting, but like focusing on MS2 when there's a bull run, and then the next time there's a big dip, you get into MST and MSTW, or just just DCA into it, and just know that MS2 will probably do better in a prolonged down market than MST or MSTW. But if you stay with it, and you can continue to get paid every week, and you get your return on investment, then these do a really good job of simulating a dividend yield. So basically, you would take the dividends from MSTY and you would put it, sell puts on something like MSTU and get that premium, and that premium would go back into MSTY. So it'd be a way to get extra money from your MSTY distribution while you're waiting the 3 weeks for it to declare again. But instead, what you could do, instead of messing with options and getting caught in something, and then you might be losing money trying to do the cover call on it, just be an MS2 and MST and MSTW, and then use the distribution from MST to buy into those positions, and then use the distributions from these weekly payers to bolster your MSTY holdings. And that way you are DCAing and you're increasing your position. And these don't have a diversity of underlyings. They're all doing the same underlying, but they do have a diversity of tactics. So it just helps shield you. And maybe shielding isn't the right word, but I do like being in these and getting paid on different days. So anyways, oh, and there's also, if you're on YieldMite.com, you can go into the advanced section and do compare funds. And okay, so this has if you sort by underlying, it does have MSTR checked. So MST is paying the most right now. If you look, this has the latest price, the latest distribution, the shares per $10,000 that you could get, and then I've normalized what a weekly, monthly, or annual distribution would look like. So on a monthly basis, MST is paying you around $700. Misty's around $640. Winter is $540. MS2 is $440. And then iMist is around $350. And if you look at total real return, though, we can do MSTR, MST, MS2, MSTY, and iMist. And then when you look at the return of $10,000, MSTR, in this time period, you would have $11,887, but MST would have $12,776. So MST doesn't have the highest distributions, but they do have the best total return in this time period, which is only from June 4th, because these are not very old ETFs. But MS2 would have $11,900, which is still more than MSTR in this bull run. And then Misty is $11,624, which is not bad because the distribution is very high for Misty. And then iMist is not doing as well, and it doesn't have a high distribution. So this is just what it is so far in this current market condition. It's hard to tell and compare them directly when you only have one kind of market that it's been in. So anyways, are you all excited about MSTW? And are you going to get in right away? Are you going to wait for the initial margin requirements to adjust, or wait for the next step? And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.